Welcome once again to my English class. For today, we are to discuss about comparing and contrasting the same topic presentation using the multimodal text. But before we go deeper into that discussion, I want you to look at the following sentences.
Number 1. I might be wrong, but some TV commercials are not entertaining. Number 2. Personally, I think the book is the most informative source of information. Number 3. It is claimed that COVID-19 came from China as seen in the movie. Number 4. In my experience, reading comics will make a person happy. Number 5. I am convinced that oral storytelling is very interesting.
I want you to take note of the underlined words. Are you familiar with those words? They are called multimodal texts. A multimodal text is the use of different or variety of modes or methods to communicate or convey messages. Therefore, a text is said to be a multimodal when it combines two or more methods, such as number 1, linguistics. It comprises aspects such as vocabulary and grammar of oral and written language. Number 2, visual. It comprises aspects such as color, vector, and viewpoint in still and moving images. Number 3, audio. It comprises aspects such as volume, pitch, and rhythm of music and sound effect. Number 4, gestural. It comprises aspects such as movement, speed, and stillness in facial expression and body language. Number 5, spatial. It comprises of aspects such as proximity, direction, position of layout, and organization in space. To sum it up, when we say linguistics, it refers to words. When we say visual, it refers to pictures and videos. When we say audio, it refers to sounds. And when we say gestural, it's all about movement. And when we say spatial, it refers to space. Multimodal texts can be delivered via different media or technologies. They may be paper, digital, or live. Paper multimodal text, it is conveyed to the reader through varying combinations of visual, written language, and spatial mode. It is good to note that the visual used under the paper multimodal text is still image or pictures. Digital multimodal text, it is conveyed to the reader through the combination of written and spoken language, visual, audio, gestural, and spatial mode. It is good to note that the visual use under digital multimodal text is still and moving images or pictures and videos. Live multimodal text. It is conveyed to the reader through the combination of modes such as gestural, spatial, spoken language, and audio. It is also important to note that in visual text, the representation of people, objects, and places is conveyed using choices of visual resources such as line, shapes, size, and symbols. While in written language, the meaning is conveyed through sentences using noun groups and adjectives that are written or typed on paper or on screen. Now, let us answer the first activity about the announcement in the distribution of self-learning module, which is presented in two multimodal texts. One is presented through a chat message on a messenger, and the other is in the form of table. Now, let us compare and contrast the two multimodal text used, which are the table and the chat message, by putting a check mark in the following criteria. Number 1 has written language. Now, if we're going to look at the presentation, the table and the chat message made use of written language. Therefore, both of them receive a check mark. Number 2 criteria, written language in sentence form. As we see in the presentation, it is only the chat message that make use of sentence form. Therefore, the check mark is under the chat message only. Number 3, the use of vector, lines, or border. It is only the table that make use of this number 3 criteria. Therefore, the check mark will only be under table. Has lots of colors for number 4. As you can see the presentation, the table make use of colors, therefore it receives a check mark. And number 5, the use of still or not moving image. Looking back again at the presentation, it is the table that make use of still or not moving image, therefore we have to put a check mark under table only. That's all for today. Thank you for learning with me in this episode. See you next time.